My name is David Carnes. I'm the CEO of Arcstone Technology, going on 21 years now in South Minneapolis. And I'm joined by my co-conspirator here, Aaron Bryden, who's the CTO for PIER Mobile. And PIER stands for Photographic Equipment Interchange Receipt. And we solve a big problem that's in the transportation and logistics industry. And we use something most of us have, a smartphone, and we combine it with the distributed trust of the blockchain. So specifically, the first thing we're focusing on is the exchange of shipping containers. So think about a container for a minute, which starts at a port and goes to a ship, then to another port, then to a terminal, to a train, then off to another terminal, and then oftentimes to a container depot, to a truck, to the destination, on and on. So the containers are constantly cycling. At any point along the way, those containers will get damaged. And this happens very frequently. It's a huge headache. Oftentimes they don't notice the damage for 2, 3, sometimes 10 stops along the way. So our app is designed to very quickly be able to inspect a container and to create a really inexpensive insurance policy for people to do that inspection with the photograph and have that irrefutable proof that the photograph has been tampered with by having that in the blockchain. So without that, we're going to walk through a quick inspection of the, a quick inspection so you can see the app in the wild here. We are just logging in, creating a name for the event, plugging in some of the different most popular tags with mini demo, a few other tags, pretty quick and easy to use. And we're going to do a live demo of the app here in just a second. So you'll see my evil twin here. This is over in the container depot in northeast Minneapolis. And as the inspection continues, I'm going to just consider the scope of this problem. There are 37.5 million shipping containers in circulation. So conservative estimates are that every year 1 in 4 is damaged in some significant way. And if you think a low estimate for repair costs is $200 per damage incident. So this is a $1.8 billion a year problem. So having a way to inexpensively and quickly, you'll see this inspection takes about 1.5 minutes, just walk around and check that the container has not been damaged is a great way to show the state of this equipment. And the interesting thing, as we've been beta testing, is folks who are using this in the yard are using it for all kinds of equipment interchange, not just containers. And we're very hopeful about other applications for this technology in insurance and in other venues. So a little bit about the technology stack we're using. The mobile apps are built using Xamarin. Any Xamarin devs out there? Really? That's why we can't find any. So much for that. So Xamarin. And then that feeds into a web app, which is built using Laravel in the LAMP stack. We also use AWS Lambda to help us kind of move things around and write data into the blockchain. And so those are kind of the different tools that we're using. And now the inspection is finishing up. We'll shift over to the web app. And we'll take a look at the inspection that I just did. So in that inspection, I was using a ruggedized Kyocera smartphone from 2016. And, you know, it's not even a very recent phone, but you can see the pictures are pretty good. You can zoom in, zoom out. We use a web app for doing reporting. We're finding in the field that they're sending reports of the images to the repair manager, which is a huge time saver because you can imagine these damaged containers, they have to stack them on top of each other. And so to inspect damage, they'd have to move them off each other, which takes sometimes a couple of hours to actually get to a container to do a repair. So it's a big deal. So Aaron is clicking into some actual live data from a couple of our beta testers we have permission for in Chicago and Minneapolis, and you can see some of the real events and some of the damaged items that are kind of highlighted there. And with that, you ready to dive into the live demo here, Aaron? He told me on the way over, oh, by the way, I just posted the latest update to the... But I have a lot of faith in this man, though.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a blockchain event that shows that everyone in this audience was here and they saw this.
Irrefutable proof.
And
you were here when you first heard about it.
And we're getting the chance to wait for a minute because location services aren't very good inside here, and our clients require that we find this phone within at least 100 meters, which it did. Thankfully, I was a little afraid it was just going to be stuck there. So now we're going to take a photo. So if everyone could just quickly, get to the middle, I will take your photo, and then this proves that you actually saw this now and that you heard about our application. So now that we're done, the blockchain event is complete, and what's happening is that it is being stuck in our own basically private block, which will get anchored to the Bitcoin blockchain here shortly. And I'll just show you a little bit about how that works now. So I'll go over to our dev environment, which is where this is running on, and you'll see that here's the event that we just took. It already made it through, already been processed, and it's already ready to be added to our own private block. Then shortly, that's going to end up in a transaction that looks something like this. And what we're using for all of you Bitcoin nerds out there is we're using something called an OP return transaction, or an OP return output, which means that we don't send any money there. We just get to write data up to the blockchain. And in fact, any money that is accidentally sent there is provably it's gone forever. So don't send money to these addresses. But you'll see what happens is that there's this prefix now, which is piermobile.com. That's our website. That lets people know that's one of our transactions. Then following that, that's the cryptographic hash of that event that I just took. And that proves that it happened, now. Or rather, the cryptographic hash of our own block of those events. And then finally, I'd like to again reiterate.
We know this is not going to happen, right?
We're hiring Xamarin developers, but I saw there's a bunch of Unity people here. And if you know Unity, you can work in Xamarin. So talk to us afterwards, and we're happy to talk to you.